I think anyone with a functioning brain would tell you that Katy Perry is one of the worst things to happen to music within the last decade. Not the absolute worst thing, but definitely one of them. I remember when she came into public consciousness via I Kissed a Girl, one of the most repugnant songs of 2008 and one of the worst songs I've ever had the displeasure to listen to. So naturally, it immediately went to #1 on the charts and stayed there for 5 weeks. Since then, she has achieved decent success in the UK and has continued to have a couple of #1 songs here and there throughout the years. A majority of her songs are average at best, but one thing that is hard to deny is that for the most part, her songs are infuriatingly catchy and almost inescapable. See Teenage Dream, California Girls and Wide Awake as examples. Hell, if truth be told, Wide Awake was considered for my best of 2012 list because it was very un-Katy Perry, and I'm a huge sucker for a song in the key of F. Plus, the music video was pretty eye-catching. After pretty much dominating 2011, failing to go away in 2012, she's back in 2013 with her newest single, Raw. A song described as an empowerment anthem. Perry has previous experience with these kind of songs. Firework is the example in this case, a song that for me was completely underwhelming, lyrically inept in a lot of places, and released in a year where a lot of these types of songs were coming out of the woodwork left, right and centre. Raw is a more personal song, and unlike Firework, Raw isn't lyrically inept. Instead, it's probably the most cliched song I can remember in a long time. Verse 1 sets up the story by Perry portraying herself as someone who was once a weak, confidence-lacking person who would constantly allow herself to be pushed around and not stand up for herself against her generic former love interest. The bridge is where Perry dons her defiant head, portraying herself as someone who has now found her voice and is now standing up for herself. The chorus follows the bridge, and this is where the cliches come in thick and fast. In fact, you could make the decent argument that the chorus pretty much rips off songs by other artists. It begins by quoting the Survivor song, Eye of the Tiger, followed by Christina Aguilera's Stronger, and the line Dancing Through the Fire, which is lifted off of the Palace song, Dance Through the Fire. I'm guessing not a lot of imagination went into the chorus. And verse 2 doesn't exactly improve when it comes to originality. Perry doesn't rip off other songs. In fact, she starts off by ripping off the infamous float like a butterfly, sting like a bee quote from Muhammad Ali, ending with the cliched expression of going from zero to hero. The bridge follows, and then the chorus is repeated twice, finishing up the song. And that's Raw in a nutshell. So in conclusion, what's my overall opinion of the song? Well, it's cliched as hell, devoid of anything original, and steals lines and quotes not only from other songs as well as prominent speakers who have preached these things much more sincerely and in a much more meaningful circumstance than Perry's so-called personal struggle. I've said this word many times, but it's true. This song is nothing but one big cliche. And I love every single second of this song. I'm ashamed to admit, but once again, Katy Perry has managed to break me down and has created something that, despite being something that I know I should hate, I can't. I really like this song. I think it's appropriate for me to end this video by addressing the elephant in the room regarding the fact that Raw sounds like it's directly lifted off a song called Brave by Sarah Bareilles. After listening to both songs, yes, anyone with ears can tell you that Raw sounds practically identical to Brave. And to that I say, who cares? Bareilles doesn't care, why should we?